I know Chiggs is in here recording this.
No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
No sneak disses shall go unnoticed. Now, while the JBP was on vacation last week, Charlamagne and Rory decided to throw a couple jabs at Joe. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with what's been going on, it's not random. They've all been taking turns and dissing each other over the last couple of years. Now, let's start with Rory. On the last episode of New Rory and Mal, Rory compared Joe to the coach from BS High, calling him a narcissist, somebody that's irrational, delusional.
They need to have a special on him sitting down with a therapist so he can be evaluated, so we can really see exactly how crazy. I think he is absolutely insane.
While you were watching it, Maul, at any point in the doc, did you go, he really reminds me of somebody?
I had two people in mind.
Okay. He reminded me a lot through the entire doc. Absolutely. Especially when he flipped out after watching the kid say how much like he fucked him over, and then the immediate narcissism kicked in and he threw a fit as if he were the victim and he did everything
when he got up and walked away.
I was just like, God, I can't put my finger on who this guy reminds me of.
Reminds me of
from the beginning all the way to the end. I was like, I can't. There's somebody that I know that is exactly like this guy.
Now, when I made this video, a couple of you guys said, Chiggs, wait, Joe has also been throwing a couple shots too. Matter of fact, he just threw one at Rory a couple weeks ago. This wasn't just out of nowhere, and you guys were right. Joe actually did acknowledge it, and here's what he said back to Rory.
Rory! Rory, I have some grace for. So anyone home keeping up with the Rory timeline, I want to address it. I have not said a word since our bare minimum exchange. For the people keeping score at home, Rory went and did the Fig Munity podcast and kicked my fucking back in like he does every single time it's time to sell something. And I said not a word. And I'm still not going to say a word. I'm not doing any exchange because it's just not worth it and you're not built for it. But what I was talking about when I said your name was a fact. Week 2, Patreon. Remember it like yesterday. You remember. Week 2 of Patreon, Maul wasn't showing up, lazy sack of shit. And you said, hey, if he keep not showing up, can we have his money? I thought it was blasphemous. I think that sounds nuts. That's just a fact. I'm not responding to none of your diss shit because I don't pay you niggas no mind. So we not gonna do that. But that was just a fact. I should be able to share my facts without, right? And I'm still not gonna diss y'all. Y'all don't deserve it. Y'all gotta work harder.
Now, it's gonna be interesting how and if Rory responds to this. Hearing another man tell you what you are and aren't built for. Depending on the person, they can take that a whole different way. I'm truly hoping this is the last of their back and forth. I think at this point, it's almost like beating a dead horse. Despite all the hate and sneak disses from Rory and Joe, you can tell there's still a little bit of love there between the guys. Obviously, with Joe choosing not to go overboard with it this time. Now, let's get to Charlamagne. A couple podcast episodes ago, Charlamagne threw a sneak diss at Joe.
You know me.
Just another assist that I like to throw. And I just want to tell y'all, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be doing shit for nobody, you bum ass niggas. That's the only reason I played that. Okay? So whoever wants to wear that fucking whoever shoe that fits, put it on. You bum ass motherfuckers.
Nothing like
that. The reason I'm saying that, man, because I'm tired of seeing all of these motherfuckers talk about, like, you know, how much money they making, or, you know, all of this they claim to do, but we don't ever see it.
This was after Joe said on Gillian Waller's podcast that the Breakfast Club looks like iHeart has took away some of their backing. In other words, trying to say that things look a little bit low budget at the Breakfast Club. So Charlamagne said, fuck it. Since you're all about money talk, let's see you put money into something that actually helps other people other than yourself. Well, here's Joe Budden's response back to Charlamagne.
Charlamagne said that he got it.
I'm not arguing with nobody that's the B mic on their show. If it's your show and you the B mic, shut the fuck up. I'm not arguing. You have taken yourself out of Pod Wars.
Do you really? Okay.
What?
You really feel that he's a B mic?
He's the B mic on the show.
Because a lot of times when you get at niggas with truth. So I'm just making sure that you really feel this way.
He's 100% the B mic.
Okay.
When he's sitting next to Schultz on his show. He's the B mic.
Oh, next to okay.
He's the B mic. He down, the show down, stock is down, all that shit is down. You down.
Oh, I see what show. I thought you said okay.
See, I don't even talk to these niggas, man. I don't. The truth of the matter, I don't pay attention to nothing that none of these niggas say. I follow the companies. I'm following the companies. I'm following the money. I ain't keep talking to Rory. Stitcher ain't no more Stitcher no more. Fucking, I'm not talking to you. The stock is $1, $2. Like, leave me alone. Niggas are struggling out here. Niggas are struggling out here. Some niggas made the right decisions in the past few years. Some niggas did not. Y'all leave me alone. Don't be mad at me because I did it right.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, calling Charlamagne a B-Mic is hilarious, especially when Charlamagne has been doing radio for 10 plus years as the A-Mic. I'm not mad at Joe for saying it. Obviously, when you're beefing with somebody, you try to push a narrative and hope it sticks. I think Charlamagne and Shows are both A-Mics. Obviously, the whole dynamic has shifted ever since Shows blew up a couple years ago. Charlamagne used to be the sole A-Mic on that podcast, but as Shows has grown into a top 10 comedian right now, his other podcast, Flagrants, that he does with Akash, has grown tremendously. He's grown to become a voice of his own outside of hip-hop. Now, some of you guys may agree or disagree with that take. That's completely fine. But who doesn't love Pod Wars? Again, this is not beef. This is just all content. None of this is actually going to result in any of these guys doing physical harm to each other. But fans love the back and forth and the sneak disses, so they deliver that to the fans. So what you guys think about Joe's response back to Rory and Charlamagne? Push comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. I'll see you guys later.